Hi, it's Santed Taylor, the Internet Marketing Coach, and today I just want to give you a quick little reminder. Part of what coaches do is teach, but another part of what coaches do is remind. And every once in a while, we need a good little reminder. And this was actually one that I was reminded of very recently working on a project. In fact, let me just show you that real quick. This is a website we're developing for Bill and Nancy Lauterbach. I don't know if you know Bill and Nancy, but if you do, you know they're wonderful people. They're the founders of 5 Star Speakers and Trainers. They owned the company for many years, and they sold it a couple years ago. But now they're going back and they're launching their own a new business where they're representing speakers and they're doing all that. And they asked me if I would help in the development of their website, and of course I couldn't refuse. They're wonderful. They're great people, and I'm excited to be involved. But in the process, we started putting together this About Us page, and I was talking to Nancy about her resume and about her background and how to put all that in there. And she said, hey, since I've sold the company, since I sold 5 Star, I've actually migrated all that to LinkedIn, and that's the hub. That's where people have been interacting with me and people who appreciate me and made recommendations of my work and so forth. So she said, what I'd like to do is have a link on my About Us page, on my page in the About Us area. About me, I guess, is a better way to say that. Let's link over to my LinkedIn profile. I thought, wow, that's a great idea. So I went over to her LinkedIn profile and I started looking. I thought, wow, this is nice. She has over 500 connections. That's great. 47 people or have recommended Nancy. 47 people, that's a lot. And I started looking at the people who'd recommended and what they'd said and so forth. Well, in that process, I thought to myself, well, how am I doing? I want to compare myself in a way to Nancy. So I pulled up my profile real quick. And what I saw is I had over 500 people that are connected with me on LinkedIn. That was great. But at the time, this was a few days ago, I only had 19 people who had recommended me on LinkedIn. And I thought, well, 19's good. And I'm thankful for all of them, of course. But Nancy had 47, right? 47. I had 19. So I thought, well, I need more people to recommend me. So I went through the process of doing that. And here's exactly what you do. You just come up here to your profile. You click on recommendations. You go over and you say, well, and I have a lot of organizations that I work with. I'm a faculty for the International Housewares Association, University. I'm the owner of my Internet Marketing Group company and so forth. So you pick which one that you want to be endorsed on. Then you just ask for an endorsement. You click who do you want to ask. Up will populate all the people that you that like you. You pick the ones that are appropriate, the ones that are connected to you, and then when you're finished, it sends off a note to all of those people asking for that recommendation. And the note essentially says, and this is the default note, says I'm sending this to ask for a brief recommendation of my work and so forth. I just sent out the default. And so that's very, very simple. And for me, what happened is within very short order, let me go back to my profile here. In very short order, I started getting all these recommendations from people. And as you can see, so now I'm up to 27. And I want to show you one other quick thing. So let me just show you the actual recommendation. So I had one here from Chip Reeves that came in on May 27th. Another one that came in on May 27th from Jody. Jody's great. One from Highland Hoff on May 25th. I had one from Steve Abelson that came in on May 25th. Had one from Bob Bly. Again, that came in on May 24th. Well, and look at this. This is what's so the beauty of this is I can now pull these off if I want to use this in Nancy's website or my website. And look what Bob says. When I hired Ed to optimize my website, Bly.com, I didn't know what SEO was. After he was finished, my site came up number one on Google for the keyword direct response copywriter. His services were well worth the fee he charged. And I appreciate Bob saying that. And Bob, if you don't know Bob, he's world renowned. He's a huge, very, very successful direct mail and copywriter. We've collaborated on a bunch of projects together. But my point is simply this: it's incredibly easy to go out and get these recommendations from people that you're connected with on LinkedIn. I walked you through that process earlier, so I'm just giving you the reminder. Do it. I could have done this months and months and months ago, and I didn't. I just didn't. It didn't come to my mind. And now I've added another 7 or 8 people who have recently, in the last few days, added these recommendations. And of course, with the number of people today who are going out and researching any of us before they hire us, all of these things help. They help convert these potential customers into customers. So anyway, that's the tip. That's a reminder for the day. And this is Santa Ed Taylor, the Internet Marketing Coach, signing off.